advocate Mahesh Jethmalani has picked up the cudgels and he says there is a serious conspiracy here that requires further investigation. The skeletons are tumbling out. Let's jump and take a deep dive into what needs to be done next. Thank you, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani, for joining me on the telecast. And my first question to you about this big explosive revelation that has been made, and what, according to you, is the problem and the revelation where Mark Kingdom and his association with Hindenburg. If you could shed more light into it.
Mark Kingdom was the man who wanted to short sell Adani shares. He's a businessman in America. He runs a fund along with his wife, Anla Cheng, a Chinese American. He was the one who approached Hindenburg for a research report on the Adani group of companies. And he's the one who approached Kotak to set up a trading account for him. He's the one who gave money to trade after Kotak set up the Kotak India Opportunity Fund, KOIF for short. He's the one, he and his wife are the ones who sort of advanced money from their fund to Kotak. And Kotak then took positions in Adani shares. And after the report came, those positions were squared up.
Right. Also, what has the SEBI said in its notice to Hindenburg regarding Mark Kingdom?
SEBI issued a show cause notice regarding its role, right, and for further details about the entire transaction. And the response is more important. The response from Hindenburg was, listen, we were only researchers engaged by Mark Kingdom, right? And we got a percentage of the profits he was supposed to make. Right? And they got that percentage of profits, I think about 20% or so. Hindenburg also said that, look, Kotak is also involved in this. The Kotak KMIL, Kotak's Overseas Investment Unit, which then created this Kotak India Opportunity Fund, right, as a special purpose vehicle, which sent the couples, that is Mark and Anla's money to India through the Mauritius route for trading in Adani shares.
And why do you suspect that there is a potential China linkage to any of this?
It's this lady, Anla Cheng, is now the subject matter of an investigation by the US Congress. She used to run a country called Sub-China, right, which is a very pro-China outfit. It used to promote China's strategic interests in the United States. Basically, a very, very accomplished lobbyist for China, and a whistleblower within Sub-China, a lady called Shannon von Sant. Right? Then, after some time, found that Sub-China's activities were very, very dubious, right? And she found that there was a lot of subversive activities going on, and it had become almost, a den of Chinese spies. And she then made a sworn statement to the U.S. Congress, and the U.S. Congress is now, under demands from some senators, considering an investigation into the espionage activities of Madam Cheng.
Now, some of the people are saying that this is because Adani Ports got the Haifa project in Israel instead of China. And what do you have to say to that?
There have been 2 or 3 theaters of competition or irritation between Adani and China. The most important, I think, 2 big important ones were a Jaffna coal mine and of course, the Haifa port in Israel. This hit job shortly followed the Chinese losing out these 2 projects, very strategic projects, to the Adani group. There was also an irritation by a railway line, which Adanis had set up in Australia, in the Galilee area. And the Adanis didn't take their railway line right up to China's coal mine, and therefore did not service the Chinese interests over there, their coal mine interests. It didn't go up all the way there, so it became a transportation issue for the Chinese, and that was an irritant again. So they've been pretty peeved and angry with obviously by the Adani's victories in bids, as I said, in strategic areas and other activities such as this railway line irritation. So they had an axe to grind, and they wanted to cut Adani's down to size. So this seemed to be an ample opportunity, and they went to the America, used their Chinese agents there, Madam Cheng, and tried to bring the Adani Group into both financial loss and reputational loss of face.
Now, Kotak has also issued a statement and they have said that they don't have any association with Hindenburg. Do you want them to clarify further on their association with Mark Kingdon?
I think that Kotak will have to make a complete break as to what all they knew. I mean, look, what they did know, what we knew, don't they know, which in any case is it may not be illegal, but that's whether it was the right thing for them to do or not, I don't know. I mean, they knew that the fund that the outfit they set up, the KIOF, was only for one purpose. They had no other trading activity. It was a special purpose vehicle only for Mark and Anla, right? It was only to short sell Adani shares. So they knew that this was a short sell operation. That's all we can say about them. Short selling is not illegal, right? But when you have did Kotak know that this short sell operation was a Chinese inspired one? They'll have to clarify all those questions.
Now, with all this information that has been put in public domain, what action would you like to see in this matter?
I don't want to say anything else, but I've already set out in my tweet on X what should be taken, what the direction SEBI should take. But I think we'll need a more. I'm proposing to actually write a letter to SEBI in the near future. So maybe once I've researched it in greater detail, I'll get down to doing that, just as an interest of a private citizen and a member of parliament.